going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back with another predicted lineup video. We finally got into our new home last week. We finally got a win under our belt last week. Can the good vibes continue? We have got Manchester City back at home in N17 in the Champions League quarterfinals this week. Does it get much bigger than this? Got a bit of team news to run through with you. Serge Aurier is still out with a hamstring injury. Eric Dyer is still out with a hip injury. Lamela is still out with a hamstring injury as well, but Fernando Llorente is back. People will actually brush off that Fernando Llorente's being back, but I think it brings us another option off the bench. I think he's done really well for us this season and impacted quite a few games, much more games than he did last season, that's for sure anyway. But let's get into the predicted lineup, what I think is going to be the lineup. And I'm going for a 3 at the back. It's kind of a 5-2-1-2 formation, which we've kind of got used to playing over the past year or so. So obviously we're going for Hugo Lloris in goal. A back 3 of Toby, Sanchez and Jan. Right back will be Trippier. Left back will be Danny Rose. In the centre mid we're going for Dele and Sissoko, with Winks just missing out just because he's coming back from injury and it might come a bit too soon for him. And I think Dele's done well so far playing in that role, and he's done well in the past playing that role. So we're going for Dele in midfield, with Eriksen in the number 10 role to provide a bit of magic for us, and then Kane and Sonny up top. We're going to have to keep it extremely tight at the back and make the most out of each and every attack that we get this game to get anything out of it. You know, City, one of, if not the best team in Europe, well, you'd say they're on par with Liverpool at the moment in the Premier League, but in terms of quality, I think they're the best team in the Premier League. We're going to have to be absolutely make the most out of every chance. There'll be no wasting opportunities if we're going to get anything out of this game. We need to hit them where it hurts, sit back. We're going to need to keep it tight and hit them on every break that we can possibly get. And we're going to need to be clinical to get literally anything. But having said that, I don't think to get a good result out of this game is beyond us. I think that with the crowd behind us, with the 12th man supporting us, with that massive south stand, I think we can get something out of this game. Obviously, I don't think there's a need to be scared, but there's a need to be very cautious because of the opposition we're coming up against. If Kane, Son are all on form, Eriksen needs to be on top form. Every single player needs to going to be on job and on top form if we're going to get anything. We've seen it before with when you look at Liverpool last season in the Champions League. If you get into them, press them high up the pitch, keep it very tight. You know, there are going to be opportunities that are going to be presented our way, and it'll be up to us to use them and finish them. When you look back at when Man City came to Wembley this year, I think, you know, we were in for a shout. We could have got something out of that game, and we're going to need to be better than that to get something out of this game. This is the Champions League where Man City probably haven't been their strongest this season, but on the other hand, we've been our strongest in the Champions League this season. I think our best performances have come in the Champions League. And it fills me with a bit of confidence. I think if we can hold out for 20 minutes and not concede, I think we'll grow in confidence, we'll grow into the game, and I think we can hurt them. Man City are not going to be looking at this and thinking it's an easy game. I think we've got players, Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in Europe, Eriksen, one of the best number 10s in Europe. We've got the speedsters of Son, we've got the trickery of Dele Alli, and we've got players on the bench that can hurt them as well. When Lucas Moura, Llorente coming off the bench, Harry Winks will be on the bench as well if my lineup comes right. So obviously there is a reason to fear because we're coming up against one of the best teams in Europe, but on the other hand, I think we can do it. I'm going to go for a tight scoreline of 2-1 Spurs. I don't think that probably won't be a good enough scoreline to get us through, but you never know. This is Champions League where anything can happen, so yeah, that's my scoreline. Comment below what you think the scoreline is going to be, what you think the lineup's going to be, and as always, come on you Spurs.